In this lesson, we will learn how to plot in Pandas. To plot, we will use the plot method and the Matplotlib library. The Matplotlib library is having a pyplot module which will be used for plotting. And to display the figure in the end, we will use the pyplot.show method. First, let us install Matplotlib and run our first example, that is how to plot a data frame in Pandas. After that, we will run the following examples to plot a histogram, then a pie chart, scatter plot and area plot. Let's begin with the first example, how to plot a data frame in Pandas. We will also install Matplotlib. So we will run our programs on PyCharm ID. PyCharm is having a free and open source version, that is community edition. We are working on the same. Let us create a project. Go to file, new project. Mention the name of the project. Let's say I'll mention Pandas plotting. And here is the location of the project. You can add any name to your project. Click create. Our project got created. Now let us add the Python file. Right click, new Python file. Add the name of your Python file. Let's say I'll add demo1. When I'll press enter, it will automatically add the .py extension because the Python file is by default selected. Press enter. Here is a demo1.py. When you'll keep the mouse cursor, it will display the location of the file. Okay. If you remember, we have 5 examples. So for that, I'll create more files. Right click, new Python file. Okay, now let us add the comment. Here is the comment. Let us plot a data frame now. I told you to plot a data frame, we also need Matplotlib. So let me first import Pandas. So we already have Pandas. We need to also install Matplotlib. You can directly mention Matplotlib here. And when it will show this, you can just keep the mouse cursor and install Matplotlib. Or go to file, settings, go to your project. Our project was Pandas plotting, right? The name, go to project interpreter, go to file and just type Matplotlib for plotting and click install. It will install now. We have installed Matplotlib, close, and now it will be visible here also. Okay, here it is, Matplotlib. Click OK. Now there won't be any error, you can see. Now we will directly use the, I told you we need to use the pyplot. Okay, so I'll use matplotlib.pyplot. Here it is, the module, and we will create an alias, let's say plt, so that we don't need to write this again and again. Now let us add the dataset. I'll add a sample dataset. Let me add the temperature values. Now for wind, Now for precipitation. This is the sample data. Now we have 4 columns, you can say, in a data set. Okay, now directly create a data frame object and create your data frame using pandas.dataframe. So this is the method to create a data frame. Now I told you before, to plot we will use DataFrame.plot, and then plot, that is pyplot.show, to display. File, save all, right click, run demo1. Here it is. We have displayed our first figure, and these are the legends. If you want, you can save the figure from here. Okay, let me mention. That's it, save. Close it. Here it is. Here is a figure, okay? So in this way, guys, plot a data frame. Plot a data frame in Pandas. We also used Matplotlib and the pyplot module. Guys, we worked on the first example to plot a data frame. Now let us move to the second example to plot a histogram. Histogram is basically a graphical representation to display frequency distribution. We will create a histogram. For that, we will use the plot method and place the same data frame. Within the data frame, we will mention the column through which we need to prepare the histogram, and under the kind argument, we will mention the hist to create a histogram. Let's see the example. Import pandas. Okay, then import, I told you we need to import Matplotlib. We installed it in the previous example. So we installed it for the entire project. Create an alias for the Matplotlib pyplot module, PLT. Add a data set for the data frame. I'll take it from here. Paste. So here is our data. Then we created a data frame. Now we will plot a histogram on the basis of the humidity column. Dot plot, and within this you need to mention hist to prepare a histogram. That's it. Now display the figure using the show method. I told you plot.show, that is plt.show. What is PLT? It is an alias for our pyplot module. Here it is PLT. That's it. File, save all, right click, run demo2. Here we have our demo2 based on the humidity values. That means we have prepared a histogram. We created a histogram using the hist value under the plot method. Now let us see how we can display a pie chart. Pie chart is basically used to display data in a pictorial form that is divided into slices. So you must have seen a pie chart while watching a cricket game, a match, in which it is shown that which area of the ground got how many percentage of runs. So that is represented using the pie chart. Okay, we will use the plot.py method to achieve this. So we will draw this on the basis of humidity under a dataset. Let's see the example. Demo 3, import pandas first because we will create a pandas data frame. Also create an alias. Import Matplotlib and the pyplot module because we will use this library also. Create an alias. Now enter the dataset. Let's say I'll take the complete dataset from here. Copy, paste. Okay, so here is a dataset. Prepare the pie chart on the basis of the humidity column. For that, okay, we need to use DataFrame.plot.py method and set the y-axis to humidity. You need to also set the index here to display that in which city the humidity level was that particular value. So I'll just mention the city. Since we are having 10 values, so I'll add 10 names. Okay, so we have represented the index labels. So these are index labels. Basically, we have seen the index examples in the previous lectures also, in which we use the index argument to create indexes. We are doing the same here, and it gets created using the pandas data frame. Now we have created a pie chart using plot.py method, dataframe.plot.py. Now how to display it? Use the pie plot. Okay, matplotlib.pyplot. So just mention pyplot.show. That's it. Go to file, save all, right click, run demo 3. So the humidity levels according to cities will be visible. Here it is, it's visible. Maximize, and here it is. Okay, pie chart is visible with all the correct index labels. We created a pie chart using the plot.py method. Now we will create a scatter plot. It is basically represented by a dot. So if you want to display the relationship between two variables, you can use the scatter plot. So similarly, we will use the kind argument and we will mention it to scatter so that we can easily create a scatter plot. Here you need to set both the x and y axis. We will set the temperature and humidity respectively for our x and y axis under a data set. So let us see the example. Prepare a scatter plot. Okay. Import pandas first and create an alias. This is for a data frame. Then import Matplotlib and also create an alias. We have created a PLT as an alias. Now create your data set. Okay, this is fine without the indexes. So we have again created a complete data set. We'll be using only two columns from here, but still we have created it. Now to plot. I've told before that I need to use the plot method, and within that mention kind parameter as scatter to create a scatter plot. Also, you need to mention the x and y axis. Mention x axis as temperature and y axis as humidity. Okay, and display the figure using the Matplotlib module. That means the alias pyplot.show. Go to file, save all, right click and run demo. Here it is, we have created a scatter plot on the basis of temperature and humidity. This is basically a relationship between two variables, humidity and temperature. Now we will see how to create an area plot. For that we'll be using the plot.area method. It is basically used to display quantitative data visually. Okay, so you can see an area plot as an area filled with colors or textures, that is specifically the area between the axis and line. Okay, so we will use the plot.area method. Let's see. Plot an area plot, import pandas for a data, create an alias. Import Matplotlib and its pyplot module. Now let me take the data set. Okay, here it is. Here is the data set and we have created a data frame. Now we will use the complete data from the data set to create our area plot. DataFrame.plot method dot area, that's it, and display the figure. PLT was an alias for our pyplot module under Matplotlib. So we are using the same. File, save all, right click, run. Okay, it is showing an error because this is not a method. This is fine now. Right click, run. No error, and here is our area plot. I told you it is filled with the colors or textures and the same is visible. It's visible that temperature, humidity, wind and precipitation. So in this way guys, we can create an area plot using the plot.area method. Guys, we saw how to work with the plotting in Pandas. We first started with plotting a data frame. Then we saw these four examples to plot a histogram, pie chart, scatter plot and area plot. We used both Pandas and Matplotlib libraries.